Hi guys, Krista Briggs here. I just wanted to share why I'm a Beachbody coach. And it's definitely kind of an evolving reason or reasons. But first and foremost, I get to wear hats every day and not feel bad about it, and exercise workout clothes. So that's definitely a plus. But aside from that, honestly, when I first signed up, had been out of work for about 3 months. I left my job to stay home with my girls. My oldest was starting kindergarten, and I'd worked since she was 3 months old, and always, well, like between part and full time, but I was a server, so I was working nights, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do that anymore because I would get home really late, and it was so hard for me to get up in the morning and really function properly. And I really wanted her to thrive in school and not be the one that had that mom that was always running late and always, forgetting homework and this and that. And I just didn't want to be like that. So I left, and we really didn't know how we were going to manage. And in the 3 months that I was out of work, I was like being this home mom and keeping my house super clean and baking all the time, but I was eating everything I was baking at night because I was sitting around doing nothing, and I was really honestly depressed. And I kind of like had a little, not a little, a ton of anxiety about losing myself and losing any kind of free time I had, because at least I had that freedom to like drive to and from work alone, and I had adult interaction at work. And so that was really really stressful for me. And I kind of just got lost in this cleaning and baking and dropping off and picking up. Um, and so I didn't even realize it. I didn't really know what was wrong with me. I just knew that I was gaining weight, and I was like, what's going on? Like, I run all the time. Um, and so I joined my first group, and it kind of just changed everything. It was like all of a sudden I was a part of something. I was part of this community. I was part of other people's success because I was, commenting on their days and interacting with them, and I was like this integral part of the entire group. And I fell in love with that, and it really changed me, and kind of connected me to a whole different thing. And fitness and nutrition has always been a huge, huge thing in my life. No, I shouldn't say always. Really, since I got pregnant um, with my first daughter, like almost 9 years ago. But so for the last almost decade, it's been a huge part of my life. So this kind of was able to connect that love to making a difference and doing something with it. And then on top of it, like looking at our finances, like I was going to have to go back to work if I didn't make this work. And so I did. I just was like, well, why not do this? And we had temporarily moved to Denver for 9 months. We live in California, and I had my best friend out there, but I only saw her every other weekend. And I literally had nothing else to do. So I just like went for it. And in that time, I really didn't know what I was capable of. And then now I have a 7-month-old, and I'm just like so grateful that I don't have to go back to work. I don't even know how I would leave him. I don't know how I left the others. I remember I cried a lot, and you just kind of like develop this thick skin where you're like, whatever, I have to do that. Like you have to, and you're a mother bear. So you do whatever you need to do to take care of your babies. And that's just changed. And now I see how much my husband works, and I'm like, I hate this. I want him to be home with us. I want him to be a part of this everyday life. And so that's my next goal as a coach, on top of, just the helping people, which everybody loves helping people. Like it doesn't make anybody feel bad. It makes everybody feel awesome when you wake up to messages saying, I lost another pound, or thank you so much for your help, or you changed my life. Like None of that is like brings out a bad feeling. It's all amazing. But to be able to do that and then tie into my and in my passion of fitness and nutrition, and then on top of it to be able to provide for my family and possibly even retire my husband one day, that's like kind of like that's my dream job that I never even knew existed until what, 20 months ago. So so that's why I do what I do. And I have an eating disorder in my past, and I was treated for it. And when things get rough, like if I ever think like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? I think about my girls. And my oldest daughter is 7.5, and she watches everything I do. I mean, the 4-year-old, she watches a lot, and she like, oh, mommy, your hair's so beautiful, but not like my Abby. And I never ever want her to go through feeling that way. I want her to always know that, you know, by exercising, she'll just be strong and healthy. And there's never going to be this whole need to be skinny, or because you can never be skinny enough when like you have that thought process and that mentality. And I just never want her to have to go through that, really. Well, either of them, but it's mainly her right now. Um, so when I'm like working out every day and encouraging other people and eating healthy and making videos about what I'm eating and how I'm prepping, and she watches all that and she gets into it. She's like, Mom, someone's getting in your group. That's so awesome. They're going to be so healthy. And she just gets like really fired up about that. And that's really my main job as a mother. That's like, I'm teaching them healthy habits. And so, that, like this kind of all fuels my fire. And so that's really why I do what I do. And I don't know if I could ever stop. Like if Beachbody closed, I would die. I would just die. I would freak out. So anyways, and not to mention that the Shakeology discount is awesome. And I've used almost all their programs. So it's, it feels really good to be part of a company that is such a stand-up company and gives back to really, really good missions. And the IJM, they do a lot of work with them, and International Justice Mission. And they're just, I don't know, I just feel so good about representing them. I don't feel shady. I don't feel like I'm doing something sneaky or salesy, or I just feel like I'm representing a really good brand of people that just want to help other people be healthier, because we all know that it's dying, like health is dying in this day and age, and that's so sad. And so I feel honored to be a part of it. And that's it. So glad you're joining us. Thanks.